Welcome back, everybody. It was an incredible weekend of fun with my cousins and friends up at the cottage, but it is time to get back to real life. It's Tuesday afternoon, evening. It's drunk pokeroo time. Beer time. I know you all love beer time. Quick off the top before we go anywhere else, I'm sure if you're a craft beer fan like I am, you were on tenterhooks last night waiting to see what Bose was going to announce today. This morning, Bose All Natural Brewing Company. This is the Cure Noir, the Black Heart, maybe my favorite black IPA. There's a couple in the running, but anyways, Bose out of Van Leek, Ontario, made the announcement that they are going to be allowing the employees, the people who live to brew and brew to live, to buy into the company to help ensure that it will stay independent for another 100 years. I mean, they've been around for 10, so that was from theirs. I'll leave a link down below to the video they put out about it. It's great news. I mean, you guys know I love Bose. I love most craft brewers anyways, but Bose was one of my first loves. They were the first brewery that they kept coming out with so many different beers, and I was always trying them and expanding my palate. So just a quick shout out to them today. Congratulations. Good on you. Thumbs up from the Drunk Pokeroo to the guys that own Bose for letting the people who have a passion and a real love for craft beer, letting them be part of the company, not just to work there, but to own it and be a part of its future. So good on you. Go get some Bose. I reviewed Haters Gonna Hate today on Instagram. I'll leave a link down below. You can go check it out. We talk a little bit more about the whole thing. But what we're here for today, quite simply, I just want to talk about beer friends. Or the friends you make through beer. And I don't mean drunk in a bar at 3 a.m. when it's like, I love you, man. No, not that kind of crap. I mean the friends you make through craft beer. The friends I've made through craft beer. Last Wednesday, I got to go out with Paul the beer guy. Paul is, I know him, and his wife, Michelle. I mentioned it on Thursday. But we each brought a few beers for each other. I gave him some Innocente beers that I had and a Delirium Tremens. Delicious Belgian beer. But he gave me a couple of big Palmer beers that just surprised me, and they've been sitting in my fridge. And I mean, I took this to the cottage and I was going to drink it, and I thought, you know what, I really want to talk about this idea of sharing beers with your friends and gifting of beers to your friends. I mean, I've been both the recipient and the giver, and let me tell you, it's hard to pick which one I like more, because is there anything better than giving somebody a beer that you love and seeing them just, they fall in love with it too? Or the opposite. They'd be like, oh, it's a good beer, whatever. There is a chance of that, but rarely does it happen, because most craft beer lovers, we have a sort of we know what we like and we know what our friends like, so, we try and share things our friends like with them. But so Paul brought me this beer from Bowmanville's Manantler Craft Brewing Company. I have not been there yet. Hopefully on the way to Quebec City this summer, we are going to make some stops along the way, and I think I want Manantler to be one. First of all, I don't know if you can see that art, but I'll try and get a picture up. If not, you can check it over at the Instagrams. I'll be putting it up there. Deliciously wicked. It's a root beer porter. Never had one. I know we've had the alcoholic root beers, the not your father's root beer, but hey, alcoholic, or root beer porter. Why not? So thank you to Paul the beer guy, who is now just Paul to me. We had such a good time that I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to come out to your neck of the woods, Paul, and then visit with you. But just, meeting people and sharing beers is so much fun. So let's pop this open here. Yeah, like Paul, we just had a good time, and I've just been looking forward to getting into this. So again, there's that sound. It's a nice off-white head. Just put that there so you can see it. Look at that. Looks like a nice porter. Ooh. So I'm getting the root of all evil. It's root beery. Yeah, gingery kind of root beer. Not ginger, root beer, you know what I mean? Oh, I think I said the same thing when I reviewed Not Your Father's Root Beer. Somehow I threw ginger in there. Not ginger. Root beer, the root beer. Sorry, I forgot the cheers. Cheers. Wow. Okay, so that's really weird. There's a root beer flavor like right up front, like right on the very first sip. But then comes that portery, dark roasted malt, some dark chocolate. There's a bitterness on like the back part there, but that's super refreshing for a porter. I mean, wow, that is just freaking delicious. I am blown away. Thank you, Paul. Holy crap. Just give me 1 second. Oh my goodness. So really, seriously, like root beer up front, like there's this root beer, like, oh, it's gonna be a root beer, but then as it passes your tongue, as you swallow it, it becomes a very nice roasted malt porter. Boom. Well done, Manantler. Holy crap. Can't wait to come visit you guys. I think I said that twice now. Wow. So, I mean, that's kind of... I saved it for tonight for a reason. You know, when you go out and get beers, grab an extra one. You know, especially if you got buddies who can't get out. You know, my friends probably go out more than I could, but, you know, for whatever reason, they can't get out as much as I do. You know, I got kids and stuff. I have a cat. She's pretty independent. She doesn't need too much of my attention. But, you know, so when I go out, if I see something that I think they're really going to like, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to grab 2 of those. Give me 2 of those. You know, because I'm going to bring one home and give them to them. Now, hey, listen, if you're working on a tight budget, you know, maybe just split a bottle with your buddy. You know, I've done that before, too. If you got a little extra cash, pick one up for your buddy and give it to him. Don't ever ask for money, though. That's not very cool, man. You know, either share it, gift it, or just hide it and keep it for yourself if that's the way you got to be. But I mean, you know, a couple extra dollars here and there to spend on your craft beer friends, to me, is an expense well worth it. I would rather go without a Tim Hortons coffee for a couple of days, say, and pick up the big Canuck, a big, you know, juicy Imperial IPA that I see when I happen to be out on one of my gallivanting across the province's journeys. You know, and the same thing, like Paul loves this beer, and he thought, I'm going to bring this one down for the Pokeroo so he can try it and see it. And Paul, hey, man, wow, good choice. But, you know, I love a good porter. I mean, it's warming up out there. May 2-4 coming up this weekend, something we might talk about on Thursday, I think. Anyways, folks, I got some more yard work to do. I am first going to go and sit and enjoy this deliciously. There's a root beer sweetness in there. It's as I drink it, and it's so freaking good. Oh man, I'm telling you, the more I share beer, the more joy I get out of it. But anyways, folks, come back Thursday. No idea what beer we're going to talk about. I am closing in on 1,000 distinct beers on Untapped. Maybe we'll have a little talk about how I really feel about that. I mean, I know there's 2 schools of thought on either side of that, but I think maybe that's what we're going to talk about on Thursday now. See how that happens? Anyways, remember to raise your glass, raise your standards, 1 beer at a time. Congratulations to Bose. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, people who share beers with your friends. You are the true craft beer aficionados, not the people who sit at home and sip by themselves. You know what? Get out there, share your beers with your friends. Cheers. 2 thumbs up for deliciousness and new friends.